Hi, I'm Lance the Butcher. Today I'm going to show you how to tunnel bone a leg of lamb. Well, the easy way, I hope. Well, first of all, I'm going to take the shank off. So you feel up the top there, there's a small dent in there, which is a bit of cartilage in there. You're going to put an incision in there. And straight through, we'll take that knuckle clean off like that. But before we do the tunnel boning, we'll just take a bit of meat off there, take a bit of meat off there, and run your knife up the bone to make it nice and clean. And that's your lamb shank.
So this is a drumstick kind of, it's quite a healthy looking lamb shank, isn't it?
Oh, it's very healthy. Very, very healthy. That's, everyone loves these.
But even if you've only got one and not enough for the whole family, you can put that into your stock and make a soup.
Correct.
Yeah.
But also they're very nice roasted too.
Yeah, they are.
Absolutely. Anyway, we'll move on from there. We'll just put that over there. And the first incision we'll be doing, will be along the H bone, about 1/2 inch of your knife down into the meat, and just move it around there. Pulling the meat back, as so. Then we'll come to the ball joint, and we'll put the knife inside that ball joint to break it, and just follow the contours of the bone, as so. As you can see, I've opened it up there. There's that little ball joint that we broke with the knife. And we'll just break that off through there, as so. There's the bone, as so. Now the next incisions will be, it's a little bit harder doing it this time. We'll just cut around that bone ball joint there, slightly, as so. So we just open it up like that. Then you'll be putting the knife in along the bone and just clearing it on each side of that bone. Then we'll turn it over, as so, and do the same again. Just follow the bone, it's quite simple. You probably find it quite hard first time off, but once you do a few, you'll be away. And after we just cleared that, we'll move down to that knuckle area, and we'll just follow the bone around there, so, and on the other side, and clear that there. And then we'll also, on this side, we'll run your knife down the bone just to clear the meat on either side. And just break it. That's good. And that should basically pull out, as so. There we go.
Fantastic. And I guess even if you kind of muck it up a bit inside, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. Well, no one's going to see it.
As long as you don't pierce the skin on the outside,
correct,
you can probably get away with a few damages inside.
So there's your tunnel bone leg of lamb.
Now, Lance, if we're going to stuff that, and I quite like it done in the Italian way with breadcrumbs and pine nuts and olives,
yes,
rosemary, lots of, maybe some feta and grated lemon rind in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
What then do we do once we've pushed that stuffing in? Do you need to tie it or secure it, or how do you do it?
Well, you can do.
Okay, otherwise just leave it in there and then pop it in and roast it.
Well, I find that if, depending on your stuffing, if your stuffing's very wet,
mm-hmm,
it's best to tie it.
right.
But if you've got like a dry stuffing, you can get away with it without, because
Okay.
once it cooks it, if you've got a wet stuffing, you cook it, it tends to blow out the sides.
Sure. So push that into a pan, about, what would you say, about 180 degrees?
180.
Yep, and
Good cooking degrees.
beautiful, sounds good.
You can make a couple of cuts in there just to open it up inside so you can get more stuffing in.
Yep.
And basically that's
A tunnel bone leg of lamb.
a tunnel bone leg of lamb. How about that?
Hey, just with your knife technique, you had your knife. You show us up when you're holding your knife like that. Is there a certain way of boning it? Because before, sometimes you had your knife in one.
Well, it all depends on how you're taking the bones out. So you can actually clear it around there like that. Then once you want to move down the,
That's seriously dangerous.
it does. This is my technique. Not everyone's different. So this is how I feel I'm comfortable holding a knife. So I tend to move the knife around to whatever I need to do when I'm doing the bones.
Good firm grip of it, and you're in control of the knife.
And a good sharp knife, of course.
Always when you're cutting something like this is basically to have your hand away from the knife. So you always have the hand sort of behind your knife. So if you slip, you're not going to cut yourself. So, which, touch wood, I haven't had a cut for a while. So, well, there you go. That's one tunnel bone leg of lamb. And how about that, Helen?
Hey, thanks so much once again. It's been
My
a
pleasure.
having you here, and I'm looking forward to a very tasty dinner tonight. Tunnel boned leg of lamb stuffed.
So what
Yum.
time's dinner?
Well, we'll see.
Okay.